Hi, people. My name is Emma, and I'm 20 years old. Recently, I had to pull off a whole special operation to get my phone back, which I gave to my friend. It was on her birthday, so I bought a new phone and decided that it would be a great idea to give my old one to my best friend. Moreover, there was a good reason. Lily turned 20 on that day. We met in the afternoon, and I gave her a present. I was very happy to see a smile on my friend's face. She definitely liked the gift, but after a few hours, one unexpected thought made me feel really nervous. Photos! I cleared all the data on my phone before giving it away, but there was one hidden folder that I forgot about. Stupid Emma! My friend was not allowed to see these photos because it could ruin her life. I rushed to her house, but she was on a picnic with her parents and she didn't even hear my calls. Then I made the decision to come back here at night and get the phone back. I thought that asking her to return the phone that I gave her on the same day would arouse a lot of suspicions, so I decided to act secretly. I realized that the fact that her whole family had come back from that picnic and that they were tired played to my advantage. It was 10 o'clock in the evening when the lights in their house went out and they went to bed. It was time to act. I walked around to the back of the house. The door was closed, but I knew the key to it was under the flower pot, so I went inside. All I had to do was go through the kitchen, go up to the second floor, and find the phone in Lily's room. But I stumbled upon a lot of obstacles along the way. I started to go upstairs, but suddenly I heard the door to Lily's parents' bedroom open. Oh, damn. I quickly went down and looked for a place to hide. The footsteps came closer and closer, and at the very last moment, I jumped behind the kitchen curtain. A second later, I saw Lily's mother. She went to the fridge and got something to eat. I stood behind the curtain, afraid to move or even breathe. At one point, she turned to the window where I was standing and just stared for a couple of seconds. I thought she saw me, but after a few seconds, she closed the fridge and went back upstairs. Jeez, I almost lost my mind because of the tension. Phew. I had to move on. So I went up to the second floor. I was a few feet from the door to Lily's room, but then I saw the handle turn and the door open. I didn't have time to think, so I just jumped through the nearest door into the bathroom and then froze in a daze. The thing is, there was a light on in the bathroom and someone was in there. This meant that my game was over and I lost. Then I turned around and saw Lily's father standing there with a frozen look of surprise on his face. He had been brushing his teeth and was now completely shocked by what was happening. But I breathed a sigh of relief. The thing is that, in this situation, Lily's father was my ally because the photos I had deleted were of me and him together. I need to stop for a second and explain everything to you. Josh was my lover, but I didn't date him for money or to spite my friend. I loved him. Our relationship started quite naturally. I was often a guest at Lily's house, and sometimes we heard her parents fighting. I always felt sorry for her father, because he was the only one who was providing for the whole family, and his wife was always dissatisfied with something. One day, Josh was very sad, and I asked what was going on. He said that his girls wanted to go on vacation, but that he had a lot of problems at work, and he had to stay at home. I was just trying to be supportive. And when I came over to say goodbye to Lily before her trip, he poured his heart out to me. His family was falling apart, and it was very hard for him. I felt sorry for him and tried to calm him down. It was clearly a difficult period for Josh. After that, we started chatting online, and one day he invited me to dinner. That's it. That's how it happened. And I started my secret romance with Josh. Yes, he was almost 20 years older than me, but he was a wise and decent man. His wife didn't deserve to have a husband like that. So I was standing in front of him in the bathroom, and Josh dropped his toothbrush in surprise. Suddenly, Lily knocked on the bathroom door. I quickly asked Josh to cover for me. Thank God he understood me and told Lily that he was feeling bad after a barbecue and the bathroom would be busy for a long time. Then she left, and I quickly explained the situation to Josh. We waited for a while until Lily was supposed to go back to sleep, and then we went into her room. Oh man, That was the most stressful moment of my life. Josh and I quietly went into Lily's room and started literally scanning it for her phone, but we couldn't find it. Suddenly, Josh said we had a problem and pointed to a sleeping Lily. The phone was in her hand. Heck, we couldn't back down, so I decided to quietly grab the phone from her hand. At that moment, I was just like a bomb disposal officer. At any moment, Lily might wake up and see me and Josh in her room. Slowly, inch by inch, I pulled the phone out of her hand. I was getting close to my goal, but suddenly I heard a noise again. It was Lily's mother, and she was on her way into Lily's room. That same second, I crawled under the bed and saw the door to the room open. Lily's mother heard strange noises and came to find out what was going on. What she saw was a pretty strange picture because what the hell was Josh doing in their daughter's room at night? Lily got woken up by the noise and Josh started making excuses, like saying he wanted to do another surprise for Lily's birthday. He said they should all go down to the kitchen. I realized that this way, he bought me some time. When everyone left and I crawled out from under the bed, I realized that Lily took the phone with her. Damn it. It was all over and I had to get out of this house and come up with another plan. So I climbed out of the window and went home. A little later, I contacted Josh and he told me how stupid he looked when he was in the kitchen with his wife and daughter. They probably thought he was just crazy. But he came up with a new plan. In the afternoon, Lily wanted to take her parents to lunch at some cafe and have a serious conversation about something. It was a pretty crowded cafe, and we had the opportunity to get the phone with a better plan. Well, the second round of my adventure had begun. I was much better prepared now. I asked my friend for help. I was going to distract Lily, while he was supposed to steal her phone and then hand it over to me. I would delete the photos and then return the phone to my friend like I had found it at the entrance of the cafe. I got to the right place on time and I saw Josh and his wife and Lily sitting at the table. I signaled to my friend and went over to say hello. I pretended that I didn't expect to see them here, and while I was hugging Lily and her parents were looking in our direction, my friend quickly pulled the phone off the table. Perfect. Then I said I had to hurry and left the cafe. I breathed a sigh of relief when the phone with the dirt was finally in my hands. But what I saw in the folder with the photos made me stop dead in my tracks. Next to my photos with Josh, there were photos of her mother with another man. Apparently, he wasn't her friend at all. No one gives French kisses to their friends. I was confused and didn't understand what was going on, but Lily interrupted my thoughts. She thought that I accidentally picked up her phone when we were saying goodbye and wanted to catch up with me, but now she'd caught me in the act. From the look in my eyes, she knew I'd seen it all, and I knew that she knew about me and her father because she definitely saw our photos. Oh, this was a very awkward pause. Lily diffused the situation and said that we would talk later and that now she needed her phone back. I decided to wait for her at the entrance of the cafe, and half an hour later I saw Lily's mother run out of there in tears. And then my friend called me to talk. Oh, now I was very afraid to go back there. I thought she would just destroy me for dating her father and that our friendship would end. But it didn't turn out the way I expected. It was an honest conversation, and Josh and I told her about last night's adventure in full detail. Lily laughed out loud. She had no idea that we had organized a whole special operation to remove the evidence of something she already knew about. Yes, she had known for a long time that I was having an affair with her father, but she avoided talking about it because it was way too weird. Besides, she was waiting for the right moment, and that came last night. Lily had long suspected her mother of cheating, and even paid one person to hack into her cloud storage and get some evidence of her infidelity. Those were the photos I saw on her phone. On this day, Lily brought her parents to the cafe to reveal the whole truth and stop this game of infidelity. And she chose a crowded cafe so that her mother would not make a scene. Now, this story is over. everything turned out well enough. Lily didn't mind me dating her father just as long as I was always honest with her. Now there will be many changes in her life, and she wants her father and me to support her. Of course, I was happy to be there for her, and I'm very happy that Josh and I can now go public.